Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh,
oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yay! Happiness, ponies, puppies, kittens, friendship, peace, love. Okay, all this health food is killing me. Digi and the rest of you guys can max out on this sugary, sweet crap week in and week out. Might I suggest some empty calories, some less nutritional, decadent emotions? Yeah, I could normally feed off the other analysts for that sort of thing, but they've been really slowing down on putting out negativity, with everyone loving Pinky Pride and all, and it hit me. I recall Digi saying that some of you asked him to cover a show called Breaking Bad. Now, before you click off, I popped onto episode 1, and let me tell you, this doesn't waste 10 minutes on exposition. No, it hits the ground running. Walter White is roaring down the desert road in a camper, wearing a gas mask and just his underwear. There appear to be 2 dead bodies in the camper. The guy riding shotgun in the camper is unconscious, or worse, and also wearing a gas mask. So I have a question for you. Does that sound boring? Everyone, including myself, I generally talk to say, well, it looks good, I just need to get around to it. Or, it's too depressing and I prefer a slice of life format. That's just it, guys. Breaking Bad is a slice of life. After the Winnebago crashes, White walks out to the center of the road wielding a pistol. We get a flashback to him sitting in a doctor's office to hear that our main antagonist, Walter White, has cancer. White remains poker-faced to the reaction and the realization that he is terminally ill, possibly in shock. The episode continues along to see that White is a hardworking chemistry teacher who works part-time at the car wash to support his handicapped teenager, and his wife, who seems to be some kind of artist/writer. Neither of these things is she really making a killing at. White, after finding out that he is terminally ill with lung cancer, winds up asking his brother-in-law, Hank, to go along for a ride-along, who happens to be a DEA member. And Walter White finds out that there's a fair amount of money in drugs. During the sting, White notices one of his former students, Jesse, falls out of the window of a nearby neighbor's house and gives the sting a slip due to being with the girl next door. Walt takes note of Jesse and the fact that he's escaping in a sports car. And it's from here Walt makes a series of bad decisions that make up the show. Now, if you're a brony listening to this, I'm sure you're asking yourself, why would I watch this train wreck? Sell me, to which I will say, with gusto. Imagine Lesson 0 is the start of My Little Pony, and every decision Twilight makes is progressively worse. I've only seen 4 or 5 episodes, and from what I've seen from Walter White, he isn't evil. He's a good person who makes a series of poor choices on matters he's not experienced at handling. White, like Twilight, is book smart and has the know-how. And when White blackmails Jesse into working with him, White, while making meth, ultimately shows up Jesse so far that Jesse sees White's work as an art form, when earlier Jesse just thought of White as a crazy old boring man. This is a lot like Twilight knowing magic, but not the practical use of magic in regards to social interaction or friendship. White can make magic. Grade A magic, in fact, but he doesn't know the first thing to know what to do with it. The first sale Jesse sets up goes horribly wrong because the distributor who got busted actually ends up making bail, and he happens to be the cousin of the current distributor that Jesse went to. Before Jesse and White are shot executionary style, White begs Crazy 8, Jesse's distributor, to spare his life if he shows him how to make meth like White can. Crazy 8 bites, and while cooking up a batch, White floods the trailer with toxic fumes and dives out of the trailer, while Crazy 8 and his cousin, that's the one who got pinched earlier, suffocate and die a slow, horrible death while shooting at the door, just missing White's head. This isn't a malicious move on Walter's part, but clearly a survival instinct. A fire breaks out from Crazy 8's cousin throwing a cigarette into the brush, and White panics, piling both bodies back into the camper, and a short drive later they crash. We're back to the present where White's attempting to shoot himself and fails after hearing the oncoming sirens that simply turn out to be fire trucks, who stare at White, still in his underwear, who manages to hold the handgun behind his back and then drive by. If this first episode would have been the first half of a movie, it's the sort of thing you just know the next half wouldn't have been able to flesh out. It would have had to rush its way through, but it's not a movie, it's a show. It's one bad turn. I think that's why people ask Digi to do this review. Imagine someone kind-hearted, good-natured, and otherwise capable dropped hopelessly out of their element, incapable of making the right decision to proceed on that next path. path. It's the stuff grimdark fics are made of on steroids. If MLP is a bowl salad, Breaking Bad is a bucket of popcorn with extra butter. And Walter White's story, unlike mine, isn't for no good reason. See you next time.